So, so you get on the scene, yes. And I was thinking, like, you know,
the Artist Exchange Radio Show.
Skirt, 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 skirt. Stop, skirt, 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 start, stop. I be up in the way. 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 Running on my face. Gucci guilty on my face. I be up in the way. 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 I be up in the way.
You are listening to BeExposedRadio.com.
I can't hear nothing. Okay, I hear it a little bit. I think it's the broken one.
That's not the broken one.
You sure? Because I can't
It
hear
might be the
nothing.
batteries.
Welcome to Talk Lately. It's 7-Eleven.
7-Eleven. 7-Eleven.
Doesn't even sound right being said.
7-Eleven.
Doesn't even sound right being said.
7-Eleven.
Doesn't even sound right being said out loud.
7-Eleven. 7-Eleven.
Sounds like I'm in the Matrix.
Well, Jaja is gone. I thought you was gonna come in here with cupcakes and everything.
I don't know. I gotta see what Jack do.
He ain't gonna do nothing. He ain't gonna be the same person.
I need to know when the special election is gonna happen.
Nobody even know where Jack Young came from. He just appeared. How did he become the president?
But can it be any worse? I mean, well, it could. It can. Actually, it can be worse.
It can, because
they're the
you don't
same
know what
people
skeletons he got in his closet.
They are exactly the same people that are running the government now. It's just one person moved up a little bit.
Yeah.
So.
He's been known since he got in, whatchamacallit got in office, not to be doing anything.
Mm-hmm.
Like he doesn't do anything but hold up the process and get through the people that he want to get through. He did some official things when he thought she was just going to have a little cold.
They would be mad now. This ain't even front and back this time.
I'm sitting.
I got out to the print.
And his color. I'm a
This ain't front and back. Oh no.
Oh my God.
It is color. But I wanted to get through some of my Baltimore stuff first before we get started.
Oh, and that's glossy.
Shut up. Stop
that's
looking at it.
photo paper.
No pictures though.
So you print that from? No, I can't say it. So you reached the quota for the month.
I did right here because this is I hate waste. I hate paper. Period. But I hate paper that's not front and back because I think everybody should be able to print front and back.
They can't.
No, not most. Actually, the newer printers nowadays are able to print front and back. So, but I hate that this didn't come out front. But this is 80 sheets of paper.
I
just killed a whole tree and brought it in here to talk about stuff on it.
And you probably not gonna get through.
And then right after the show, it goes in the garbage.
That's why I like keeping it for.
No, I keep because I got my stuff saved on on the server, so I don't need to keep the paper after I'm finished. The stories are already archived, so we can always go back to them. But no, I'm happy that she's gone. I'm happy that I just hate the way that she did it because she made them people do all that work to set up that podium and that microphone, and then she did not show up. She sent the letter instead.
A part of me don't like how this happened, and not just on her behalf. I don't like how this happened. I don't, because if we can band together to get her to mad enough to leave, why can't we do that with people?
She didn't have to leave. She could have stayed, and there was nothing that anybody could do about it.
That lady was outside her house, said she had bagel bites.
She could have been back. She could have went back to her office and started governing. What happened is when the FBI got involved, she got shook.
Did you see that lady outside her house?
Yeah, she was with the bullhorn talking about we bought you some snacks and some toilet paper. I was gonna bring the video, but I didn't bring it this week.
I died when she got the toilet paper. I was.
She said we got some snacks and we got some toilet paper.
And it was like during the day, so stay hurt. That's not her real house though. She don't live there. So they was doing that.
But she was there. They said she was there.
I don't think she was there. That's her fake house. They have that's like the
So that
houses.
means she snuck back into Baltimore from New York.
Yeah.
With
Like
the
those,
flu and being all.
So you just spread the shit across.
But wait till y'all hear about what I got about the bubonic plague.
Oh my God! I don't remember about that.
That's the the real thing. The flu is one thing, having measles is another, and what was the other one?
Measles is definitely.
I mean, we got cured for measles. Well, we don't have a cure for.
Not for people your age. That shit ain't going. That ain't no cure for somebody your age.
Yes, it is. You got 2 vaccination shots and then you're done.
For somebody your age, that means.
I don't know why you keep saying my age.
Cause you like 40 something.
Okay, let's go with that. All right. Okay. I'll be 40.
Okay.
And then you're 57.
First of all, I'm 35.
Okay.
And my birthday the same day as Patty LaBelle.
What the hell does that mean?
Cause it's the 24th.
You're her age.
I never celebrated my birthday until I turned 33. That was the first time I ever, as an
about
adult.
your age.
No, I never.
Celebrated your birthday?
Yeah, I never celebrated my birthday as an adult.
Wow.
Until I was 33.
I celebrate my birthday. I don't do big stuff. I don't like to celebrate like that. I think my birthday is for me. And I have a couple friends, but I don't I don't.
That's what I used to do.
Like, don't ever. I'm telling you now, if somebody tries to set up a party for me and try to sneak in on me, I'm leaving.
Radio loyalty is free.
I won't be staying for that.
I've always wanted a surprise party. But
I never wanted a surprise party.
The reason I
you
don't
could give me all of that money and I can go somewhere nice.
The reason I don't want one is because I don't like people planning stuff for me.
But that's the thing too. I'm a control freak. I don't like people doing stuff for me because I can do it for myself. And plus, I'm frugal, and I don't want you to spend money on me that's unnecessary, especially when you got bills, and I know your bills ain't paid. I know this. I know this for sure.
Well, I have some
and
friends
especially
that are good with money.
because
Jana would throw me a good party. She's good with money.
And I don't. Well, that's different because she's a different type of friend. Now, if you catch in the Navy. I don't want you trying to plan nothing for me, okay? If you're catching the Brown, don't do it.
Lexington Market cake on the Navy bus.
Now, if you're catching the Brown because your car's parked at Rogers Station, that's something different.
That's something different.
No, I don't want nobody doing that. I'm not trying to be funny either, but I think you could spend your money on something better than spending it on me that, I don't have a care or want in the world that I can't do for myself. I don't want you to do that.
I mean, I always wanted one, but if
you're going to do something, give me the money so I can put it in my stock portfolio. I'd rather do that.
Put it in
I take gift cards. And I always tell people, if I'm coming to your party, I'm either coming with cash or a gift card because I'm not going to spend the time to shop for you. So don't do that for me. I'm not going to do it for you.
You can't tell somebody that.
But I'm not going to do it for you. If you're not going to get it back in return, don't expend your energy that way. There's better things you can do for me. And if you know me, you know what those better things you can do for me is. It doesn't matter. R. I'm just saying, don't do that because I'm not going to stick around.
I'm not.
I'm be like, oh, is this Patapsco?
Now I wouldn't. I've had like Jana. She takes me to the cheesecake every year.
See, I can do something like that.
Yeah.
But not a whole bunch of people either, because I'm a homebody and I'm a loner. I do my dirt on my own.
Now you telling them.
So no, I don't, because they know. Like when we went to my birthday party, it wasn't even a birthday party. Me and Nicole did something together, and we had our friends around us. Right. We went to Loafers. It was probably about 5 other people with us.
Oh, the one over 40?
Yes. Okay. And we had a blast. That's the night Mimi got up there singing, "Killing Me Softly," and she kept saying, "Nigga." Not homo, but nigga. That was hilarious. That was fun for me, and that was quaint, and it was quiet, and plus I knew people already down at She
got a new show. Shout out to Mimi.
She got a new show.
That's what our message said. That's what our message said. It's like I think she was shooting it from like
other radio
Lexington Market.
What's the radio station? That one she was promoting. She tried to send me talking about asking me did I want to go.
No thanks.
Like why would I go?
Why?
Like come on.
Come on now. Why? Why? Baby?
And then it had the word new radio station. Like we got a whole bunch of space for more news. Come on. Seriously.
I see you in a couple of
Right. As you pack your boxes to fail. It's just real talk.
Real talk.
There's not enough space in the city. I mean, if 92Q's not gonna play your music, no one's gonna go listen to it there.
But
And it's not shade, that's real talk.
Well, nobody listening to it there. There's only 5 songs playing on 92Q.
And that's the ones that pay the bills.
Yeah.
To keep the lights on.
Amen. Shern's
That's all they
on.
need.
Hey Shern. Hey Kanita. Miss Phillips.
So the other thing I wanted to talk about too was the Dante Harris situation.
Mm-hmm.
You know, he was found guilty of felony murder
Oh, wow.
in the death of police officer Amy Caprio. And I asked this question to somebody else, and I just want to get your opinion because I don't know if there could have been another verdict or something, or if there could have been possibility of a not guilty verdict. But do you believe, just looking at the evidence of the case, could there have been an alternate verdict?
I say, like, I felt
Or
the
like,
same
cause they're
way.
they're going to appeal this decision. So
Yeah,
I'm just wondering.
Yeah.
After the appeal, do you think he could win this? Warren Brown could win this case on appeal?
No, because
he even said it. He even said it like in his press conference. He even said something to the effect that like this was handled well. You know, it's like this case went well. It was handled well. So if he gets a different jury, do he think it's going to go differently?
No. I mean, unless they try him somewhere differently, but chances are it's a police officer.
Yeah.
So no. That unfortunately, and it's always been said, police officers never get convicted, but the regular public does.
And he hasn't been sentenced yet. So I mean, without being in the courtroom and seeing how the feeling was, what the feeling was in the courtroom, like was everybody like pissed at him, and because. Didn't he say in the beginning, like when they called him, that it was by accident, he pressed the gas by accident, something like that? I remember us saying something like that when we were talking about this in the past.
Yeah, but they not listening. You killed the cop. That's all they is going, and it's not even, look how smooth the process was. Look at when it was the reverse, how long it took to even get it to trial. Look how smooth this was. It's not even if they find him not guilty on the appeal, it's still not going to be easy because somebody going to come back with a civil trial and that's how they go get him. Like, it's not going to be, I mean, I hate to like be so black and white about it, but it's not. That's like when someone white kills a black person. It's always a reason behind it. You can say I was criminally insane.
Well, he's due to be sentenced on July 23rd.
I'm mad how
he faces
shiny
life
this
in
paper
prison.
is. I am so mad at the ink that was pressed. That's a Jaclay. He got a Jaclay on that paper.
Why are you so focused on the fact that
Because
this black
it's so
box was on
fucking
the stage? Why? Leave the
It's so tiny. That's that good ink. That's that premium ink.
Don't worry about that. No one can see it. My computer's in the way.
Hello, Miss Danielle Craig. Y'all got any questions?
So I was wondering, that was one of my things that I was wondering about is whether they had, because I wish we could have been, had somebody in the courtroom. Because
Was it? Where was it?
I think it was in the county. Cause it wasn't in the city because
that's why I said
the crime
if his lawyers, I hope they're not public defenders, if they are able to say let's try him somewhere else, but you're in the county, I'm sorry. They die hard police fans.
Well, yeah, so like I said, he's due to be sentenced on July 23rd. That's a long time to have to wait to be sentenced, though. You're already serving right at this moment, so. But I guess because he's filing an appeal, it matters. In the.
Say hi to Danielle.
I don't see it, Danielle.
Miss Craig.
Are you on Be Exposed Radio? See, I can't see that. I'm on. Hi, Danielle Craig. Hey, Sharon. Hey, Miss Kenita Phillips.
Stay right there. Stay right there.
I have to read what they're saying, though. What? You just tell me what they're saying. I can't see that one. Your microphone don't work? Here we go. He's being an Andre. All right.
He is crazy.
Clean habits. Oh, gosh, they still talking about not cleaning your chicken.
Now, you know what? So, I felt a guilt. I worked as an overnight manager at Royal Farms.
But listen to this. Listen to this real quick. I know you can say something funny.
Oh my God,
look,
no. I can't do it. That's what white people say.
I don't know why I'm trying to whisper because we're on the radio. But if you're in Flint, Michigan, do not clean your chicken. Now that's
just don't eat.
Do not wash that chicken.
Don't you
just go ahead and put it in the pot. You got a better chance.
You got to.
It's a toss-up. That we gonna be safe.
I don't know where this evidence came from, and now they're saying don't wash it because it contaminates everything around it.
But why are you touching everything around it if you didn't wash your hands?
You just do it like this?
Wash your hands, clean your chicken, wash your hands again. Because you are still touching poultry. We know this.
But who washing their chicken in the sink?
People that's using this soap.
There are people who say that though.
That wash their chicken with dish soap.
I know people who use a tad bit of dish soap in their greens.
Yeah.
And I listen to those people who say that because they're not.
You wonder why it's all bubbling over on your stove.
That's because you didn't clean that pot out. That's because that's that dust in that pot. That's why that. If your soda is bubbling over, your water is bubbling over. There's dust in that glass.
Hey, Marquise.
Is that Mr. Clayton?
Yeah, Clinton. I haven't seen him in a while.
Because he's international, baby.
Right.
He don't know us mere mortals on this planet. Yeah, I don't know where you get this from. Let me explain something to you, white people.
I can't explain the noise that's happening in my ear right now.
And black people who live, maybe it's because I'm sitting. And black people who want to be white. Please
we gotta take a break. When we come back, we're gonna continue this discussion about chicken, though, because I think it's important that y'all continue to wash your chicken and stop playing with the CDC crap. We'll be right back.
Now that's why
It is with great pleasure that I welcome you to today's graduation ceremony. Students, when you hear the reason or reasons for your absences throughout the years, please exit the auditorium without your high school diploma. Once you've exited, remove your cap and gown and proceed into the unknown. Too tired. Family trip. Part-time job. Helping around the house. Sick day. Starting the holidays early. Just because.
Starting in the 6th grade, students who miss 18 days or more of school in a year for any reason will fall behind and risk not graduating high school. How many days of school has your child missed this year? Absences add up. Keep track at boostattendance.org today. Brought to you by the U.S. Army and the Ad Council.
Now listen to BeExposedRadio.com. Check out this fire flashback.
We need to relearn what it is to be these bosses and how we conduct ourselves as business-minded individuals and just people in general. I let my gut, and if I call it gut or God or whatever, I'm led by that energy. I know where it comes from. I know where it's, taking me, and you have to figure out what is important to you. And don't play this game. It's a game that we've learned to play, this chess game. And life is not a chess game. Life is real. Bones, flesh, blood, decisions.
Make sure you check out the Artist Exchange Show every Monday and Friday at 2 p.m. only on BeExposedRadio.com.
First they love you, then desert you, leave with a plate full with no spoon. Ain't no space, I can't escape negativity. I got used to the taste of been bad, burned and fucked over. But remain strong through the Passover. Kicking haters out of the way like masked over. Roll up, sip something, let it pass over. Who would I be?
You are listening to BeExposedRadio.com.
from me. Get out my business.
Don't nobody love them. You don't have no business.
Cause then, we back now. Welcome back to the show. Just stay, mind your business. Stay away from me. Get out my life. You know that kind of stuff.
That's that stalker.
Chill.
Stalker, man. Yeah, that's him.
Yeah, but that's what they were saying about the chicken. They were that you clean the chicken and you go around spreading disease and stuff like that.
Now,
that's if you're not cleaning up behind.
And I'm not going to just put them out there, Royal Farms. But I had a problem because the one that I was first a manager at one, and then that one closed down for renovations, and then I went to another one. But that was the manager was European descent, and I was washing the chicken, and she said, "What are you doing?" And I had to say, like, "Don't you wash the chicken? Like, what are we supposed to be doing?" So I was instructing, like, the new employees to wash the chicken because that's how, like, don't you wash the chicken?
Right.
So apparently it was seasoned already, but literally they come in bags, they frozen, but they come in bags and you throw them out, they thaw out, and they got juices. Now it's not bloody, but it's still a pinkish.
But what it sounds like though is that
like pink
the CDC
lemonade.
is trying to say, and I'm not saying this as if this is fact,
right.
but the water that we drink does not mold well with the chemicals that you put in the chicken, because this is what we've been doing for decades, for centuries. We've cleaned.
But I took it as the CDC saying we don't clean properly, like. Because I know whenever we fried chicken in my mother's house, I had to go through and wipe that down with bleach.
And I also want to know, like, what has made this a topic of conversation all of a sudden? Like, who's gotten sick from cleaning their chicken?
Well, they trying to over
outside of Flint. I mean, I wasn't saying that Flint. The Flint joke. It was a joke between us, but it was serious.
But is that? I think it's that.
Anything in that water.
But is that the same thing? This whole like government shutdown and all those government agency that was over, like
and
the
I'm not
CDC.
You can't get me fired.
Like the CDC, like that's explaining all these salmonella outbreaks.
Mm-hmm. And we're going to talk about that coming up.
The salmonella was in the food before it got to our house. So it had nothing to do with me washing the chicken. Mm-hmm. That was a problem that the chicken had before it got to my damn house. Or whatever manufacturer plant it was at, they cross-contaminated and made other foods, and that's how the salmonella is coming up in ice cream and greens and cauliflower and shit like that. It has not, or the markets where they're being sold. That's where the problem's at. The markets.
But that's what the CDC says. Here's what the CDC said. I can't get it out. Don't wash your raw chicken. Washing can spread germs from the chicken to other foods or utensils in the kitchen.
That should be a no for the market, not for us.
Right.
Because we have a control element in our home.
When you're washing the chicken, you're not washing the chicken with all of your spoons and forks.
like let's put all this shit together. It's all going to the same place.
Like, what's your point? All your utensils.
Everything in the same pot. Let's put this shit in the pot.
Put it all together. Why not?
Like I put the shit in the wash machine.
I don't want to waste this detergent on that.
Yeah, right. I've heard, the dish detergent thing, I've heard people who cook greens say that. Now, you doing that shit with chicken, bitch, I need you to tell me who the hell that is, because I'm never eating from them again.
But I don't know why my greens got to be sparkling like that. Like, why you need?
Well, greens. I'm not gonna say I see it because greens have sand and dirt in it because it grows from the dirt. So you want.
That's also where the nutrients came from to make the greens.
Where was it made? Where was it green?
In the dirt. That's what I'm saying.
No, where was it in Maryland dirt? Because I ain't that shit.
Well, you kind of is. You're still gonna eat the greens that was produced from the dirt. So.
Yeah. So as long as I don't taste it, so keep doing the shit. But if I taste that shit in my chicken, that's your ass. I'm just saying. But it's restaurants. Now I've been saying this for years, and maybe Royal Farms is going to sue me, but it can't be for defamation because you tell people not to clean it. They dump the bag, the contents, into the flour. And the thing with that restaurant,
but is it saying that
everything
that
they fry, yeah, they saying it's pre-washed.
Okay,
but everything
that kind of makes more sense though. I mean, not that it's pre-washed. I'm just saying, at least they're telling you that it's pre-washed, so they've already protected themselves.
Don't Purdue pre-wash that chicken?
I have no idea what Purdue does.
I don't know.
I think they killed the birds in the back. and then they prepay.
But the
if
thing
you go
about
to, I'm
that
talking about at the market.
And just imagine me working there for the first time. Everything that they fry goes into the same flour.
No, I'm saying that as if that's what I used to think, is that they killed the chicken
in the market
in the back room. That's why they had the meat department.
Well, no.
They don't. They cut it up.
Yeah,
they cut up the already pre.
Now down south,
chicken.
That's a whole nother thing.
Because that's where they were at.
No, I'm just saying that some southern, like when you deep down in the south, some of their restaurants are slaughterhouses at the same time. They not coming there in pieces. They come in there whole, clucking. They know the names of them. That whole thing, don't wash the chicken. I'm sorry, CDC.
No, we already talked about this now. I don't have to bring it up no more.
The chicken?
I did have.
Do you wash your chicken?
Of course.
Okay.
I don't cook.
Continue to wash your chicken?
I don't be cooking no more.
That's why I only cook chicken maybe once a year, and it's normally a couple legs, and I normally bake them now. But I don't, because I don't like doing all of that. It's giving me a flashback to Popeyes, and I don't want to do this no more.
Maybe that's why I don't like frying chicken no more.
Remember your fingers be frozen? Oh no, I don't want to do that no more.
For working at Popeyes 20-something years ago.
But wash the chicken, please. Especially if I'm coming to your house, because I'm going to sue you.
So this Brandon Scott
I'm about to sue that fucking place over the avocado. Sure, if you listen.
I hate an avocado.
Danielle said some people are nasty, and I was raised in a black household, so that means she washed her chicken. Go ahead, Danielle. Hey, Big Mama Alma.
So Brandon Scott. What position was he on the council? I mean, where was he? Where is he? His district?
Brandon Scott. I want to say he in the 1-5. No, 1-7. I can look him up.
Well, because he's now the new city council president, and I don't know much about him because we didn't have a chance to elect him to the city council. I mean, not that they vote him to president.
Well, they just bump him up. They just get bumped up.
No, they vote.
Oh, for him? Okay.
But it's internal. The council votes for the president.
See, that's how Jack Young. Where the hell did he come from?
Well, he's been president for he did get bumped up. Well, he got voted up.
Well, after
Sheila.
Stephanie.
I mean,
because Stephanie was Sheila's president.
Right, and he was vice. And he got voted up.
Sitting right there in the little chair beside her.
Under the table.
The little booster seat right there.
I just hope that he can rein some of this in. I'm hopeful for that.
I'm hopeful because we don't need any more bad press for Baltimore, because they're talking about us on regular shows.
Exactly. I also want something to be reversed, and that's the monthly water bills. Yes. Thank you.
To go back on the every 3 month cycle.
Yes.
Yeah.
They did this so they could get them late fees.
Well, it's detrimental because people were like, I know for me paying the water bill, it helped you. Like, I could still pay on this every month. You can still send money in every month. But by the time the bill came out,
you gave your residents another thing to remember every single month. And I don't think that would. I mean, it doesn't affect me because my bills are paid, but it affects a lot of people, especially the elderly.
Even if you got the money, it still throws your budgeting off.
Right, that's what I'm saying. Yeah. Something that these homeowners that have been paying water bills for decades. Like my grandmother would have been one of them.
Yeah.
Remembering the water bill is not something that she needs to have happen to her at 90.
Because by the time you get the bill, like I remember I would just put maybe like $60 every like month when I think about it, and then when a bill came it'd be like $30. Like it wasn't never like an astronomical bill. Normally when you got backed up in your water bill, that means you were backed up in your mortgage payments. But now you're putting something on somebody. Because how does that work now? Because I know my water bill was attached to my mortgage. But now I don't pay a mortgage no more. But is it still attached to your mortgage?
It's separate.
Because it's every month.
Every single month. And higher. So it was like they raised the fees, and plus now they're getting the extra revenue from people that don't pay them on time.
But but part of this for me, the problem is I see it because they're putting so many apartments in areas like this. And we're having to pay for this influx of people that are now coming back to the city. But see, the thing about that though, down here, most of your water bills are included in your rent, so you don't even, the lease owner doesn't see it. It's the homeowners that have to deal with this at this point. Because now your leaseholder is paying your water bill. Except for out in the county, they got the individual bills. Yeah. But
they still go through their leasing department. You don't have to pay, like you pay it with your rent.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's the same with the homeowners, though. That's the same, because some of my friends that live in the county are still complaining like we are now. But at the same time,
but they still want
even if the direct, like if it's renters, even if I'm not seeing it directly, a lot of landlords now are making you pay a portion of it. That's now, so you will see it regardless. But even if it's the homeowner, now if you're paying rent, you're gonna be paying more for rent. Because if it's not included if it's included in your rent, I gotta make up for that fee somewhere. So now people's rent is gonna go up because they done hiked the water bill up. I think, and I blame it on this influx of apartments that are now everywhere now, and especially in the downtown communities, like, Federal adjacent, there's a lot of apartment buildings being constructed there and new homes.
Oh yeah, right across the street.
Yeah.
That's a new apartment building I didn't even know was coming.
It popped right up.
And I don't understand. I kind of agree with the fact that they were building more apartments, because that means that'll be multiple residents moving into the city.
That's more congestion.
It is congestion, but we've lost so much of our population at this point. We're about to drop now under 600,000 residents.
I don't think it's, but I think that number is about to spike again, because a lot of these buildings that they were building downtown are now filling up.
That's what I'm saying, it's spiking again. But if it wasn't for these apartment communities, new apartment complexes really, it wouldn't have, because we were losing homeowners left and right. And it was like, now I think it's like 600,000, it's like 600,900 residents.
Well,
and
that was still, but
see, but when that tax revenue stopped coming in, because then other things are going to get hiked again, like the water bill.
But see, part of that was city planning, because they were buying up a lot of property. Well, the city wasn't. It was,
but they were losing businesses too, so it was unavoidable that people were going to move when they couldn't find work.
Well, a lot of people had to move. Like Park Heights, they're developers that are buying up Park Heights right now. So they're letting a lot of those buildings go unattended.
I mean, they ain't just buying up Park Heights, but they buying up Park Heights because there ain't nobody living in those condemned buildings.
Well, because
if it's available, buy it. I mean.
Well, no, they were buying them from a lot of the homeowners.
Right, but they were buying them because
and sending them people outside of the city.
But if it was fully occupied, they wouldn't be buying it.
Right.
If it wasn't that it was 3 or 4 condemned houses next to one resident, and then 3 or 4 houses before there's another resident, they wouldn't have the opportunity.
But see, my problem is they were allowing them buildings to be condemned, because you're not gonna tell me you can't find the homeowner. It ain't even about finding the homeowner if they're just letting their house go because they can't afford to take care of it. No, because most of the homeowners I'm not gonna say most of them, a lot of the abandoned buildings that's in Park Heights were owned by people who did not live here.
That's true.
And they were claiming that they could not find them.
The renovations of it would have killed them, and they still would have had to lose the house because they wouldn't have been able to keep up with it, even living somewhere else.
I agree with that.
Those slumlords that you hear about, that's because they're living in one house in another state, but they can't afford to pay that one, so that's why they got to let this one go. They thought this was going to be their perfect rental property to keep them sustained in this property they're living in maybe New Jersey or Pennsylvania. That's not that wasn't a good plan.
Right.
Because as the market was going down, people move out all the time, and if you're not going to be present to keep that property up to date, up to code, less mice and rats and roaches, then I'm not living there. Who gonna live there? Who wants to live there? Who wants to live next to a condemned house?
There's a lot of people that don't have a choice, though.
They don't have a choice.
They don't.
But the homeowner's choice is keep this property that's not making me no money, or let it go so I can still sustain my life here. And their choice was to let that property go. Then when they let their property go, that's that lien, and they take it from you. But they're not going to do anything with it either in the city.
Right.
So you get stuck with nothing. When we come back from this break right here, we're going to talk about Mercy Bala. Right here on BeExposedRadio.com. We'll be right back.
Oh my God, it's almost 8 o'clock.
Whoa. The moment my son saw a redwood tree.
It's huge!
Is the moment I knew that for him,
You can't even see the top of that thing.
even the sky has no limit.
There are some moments only the forest can inspire. Find yours at discovertheforest.org. Learn about forests near you and discover cool things to do when you go. Your moment is out there. Find it at discovertheforest.org.
Brought to you by the U.S. Forest Service and the Ad Council.
Take a minute and listen to this flashback of the It Is What It Is radio show.
Viral. Make sure y'all share us. So,
please.
Miss Entice.
All right,
Miss
I got
Vicious.
Okay.
Vicious.
Favorite place to have sex outside the bedroom?
Anywhere.
Oh. That's not an answer.
That's not an answer?
Specific. Outside of the bedroom.
You mean where have I?
No, like what? Where's the spot you like to have sex outside of the
I'm
bedroom?
keep it real. I'm not a forced fucker, so I'd rather be in behind closed doors. But I've had sex.
I mean,
outside.
you still can keep it, under the roof. I'm just saying outside of the bedroom. Yeah, outside of the bed, like not in the bed.
Living room.
Oh, okay.
Living room.
What about the living room?
The couch.
Okay, what position?
Then from the couch, you can roll onto in my case, I had carpet, so you can move from the couch to the floor. Then if you really want to get creative, you could go over to the sink and the kitchen and the aisle.
So what kind of carpet was it? Was it the plush kind? Was it the Stainmaster?
It was plush. It was plush.
It was the plush.
But I got one of them other mats over, like a little area rug.
So it's nice and cushiony.
It was cushiony.
Oh.
Easy on the rug burns.
Oh.
Yeah.
All right. Now you did mention the kitchen.
Turn this up.
You did mention the kitchen. Now, are we opening the fridge? Have you gotten creative with ingredients? Shall we say?
One time I was like,
you mean as far as
have you
props?
Or would you? If not,
you gonna leave me hanging?
You mean props? Props like far as whipped cream and all that? No, I don't need it. I don't need it. But I mean, I've done it.
Oh, see, there we go. Like that. If you haven't, or have you?
I don't like sticky stuff. I don't. Okay. I've done it, but I don't like it.
Can I jump in? Can I check in? What's your favorite condiment to use?
My tongue.
Sir, you cannot shake that on the salad or the eggs.
No, let me stop.
Wait a minute, time out. No. Speaking of salad.
Okay.
No.
Not sight, but we'll go ahead.
Am I about to answer the last question or am I prepared for this new?
I was
interception. Well, go ahead.
What's your favorite condiment before you go to the interception?
I don't really have a favorite condiment.
Join us every Friday at 9 p.m. for It Is What It Is radio show, only on BeExposedRadio.com.
You're like an internal bleeder. Can't see your pain, but it can silently kill ya. So deeply wounded, but don't say a thing. Too afraid of what the people may say or think. So you just sit there and you suffer in silence. Your pride won't let you just uncover your secret. Don't wanna look weak in your image, it ain't worth losing. So you just act as if it's nothing happening. God sees you, and God hears you.
You are listening to BeExposedRadio.com.
Let's come back on the radio talking about home things. Welcome back. It's IBCouserRadio.com. Approximately 7:50 p.m. right here in Baltimore, Maryland. I'm joined by my I guess you might as well say co-host at this point, Nate. He's here every week. Who also has his own show, The Artist Exchange, that's on Mondays and Fridays at 2 p.m.
Allegedly. What's the sign? What are the sign?
I am bringing back my roundtables by the chance, everybody. So I put a little message out there to my commentators and stuff. And please take it seriously because I don't play when it comes to stuff. You don't show up, you get fired.
And you won't come on if you're late. You gonna stay out in the lobby like me had to do.
Thank you. Because y'all think y'all can do what y'all want. Now not around this well-oiled machine. And we started at 7-Eleven too.
7-Eleven. What's the next story?
Mary Babala. And whether the fact that do we think well, not do we, because I don't think she should have got fired.
So explain to me what happened, because I just heard she said something racist as a comment.
She asked a question to her guest that was on at the desk on the news with her, and the question was, I want to be right. I want to say this.
I thought it was a response.
The specific question. No, her question. The question. It didn't sound racist to me. The question was, we've had 3 black female mayors, African American mayors, in the past 3 times. At that time for different leadership.
Well, there's no way to ask that question.
2 of them was forced to resign, basically.
I mean, but there's no way to act. Well, 3 of them, because they was like, "But you is not running again." And she was like,
well, but she wasn't forced to resign. She actually completed a term.
I'm rich. I make too much money to be mayor of Baltimore. There's no way to ask that question.
She said, we've had 3 female African American mayors in a row. She said they were all passionate public servants. To resign, though, is this a signal of a different kind of leadership is needed to move Baltimore forward?
See, if she wouldn't have put in the female part, it wouldn't have directly connected to 3 black women. And this is, what race is she? Is she white?
She's white.
She might be Jewish or something, or Irish.
But even hearing it, I didn't inherently go to racism.
I mean, no, because we've had 3 black female mayors,
and we've also had a black mayor. So.
This black male
mayor.
But that was like a real long time ago.
Yeah, it was. Who was the other black one?
That's it. It was just the 3 of them and Smoke.
Who? That was it. No, I would say it was 2.
No, we've had 3.
And Clarence D. Burns.
Oh, but yeah, but that was before my time. See, you know that.
I didn't. That was Aldo. Aldo's 75.
I keep forgetting about the Mr. Duvers, because that was like, what, the 60s, 70s? That was before my time. Smoke, I barely remember him. I just was mad at him.
I remember
for making us go to school.
I remember Smoke very well. The city that reads. And they never did.
It did. Don't know more, but it did.
When y'all read?
We did. Remember, that whole campaign was about reading.
I've never seen nobody sitting on the bench reading.
Not on the bench, because that's where they were.
That's where the city that read signs was. I want y'all sitting on the benches.
I remember.
And now they're gone.
Oh my God, we had to read so many books when that first came out.
No, I remember y'all reading. Y'all just didn't graduate.
Y'all, this one did. Well, thank you. My mother didn't play.
I didn't live here.
No dumb people.
I didn't live here.
He's not from here. He's from the county.
It matters.
It doesn't.
But no, I don't agree that she should have been fired for this. I mean, this is just crazy.
Well, there was no other way for her to ask the question. I mean,
because it was a real question. Right. It's been 3 black female mayors in a row.
Is it time for new leadership? She didn't say anything about their race, but this Me Too shit is too much. It's just too much.
That's not Me Too.
It is, but it's just attacking everything.
That's racism.
It's not racism though.
That's what it's being called. It was being called racist.
But there's no way to ask that question.
Sexist and racist is what they actually call it. The sexist and racist.
And it's sad because it's not too many cities that can say they've had 3 black female mayors back to back, whether it was scandal or not. And I don't know any other city that can say that.
But you got to admit though, the talking heads told you not to hire some of them. Me being a talking head, I said don't hire SRB. I said don't hire Catherine Pugh. Y'all didn't take my advice. You get what you deserve.
I mean, anybody that will offer you a chicken box for a vote that was a
I just don't believe in people that have their names, especially I'm talking about SRB for one. Her name's plastered all over the city already, including the zoo, including Drew Hill Park. It was.
Well, that's her family. That's not her.
It's still her, and she got the money.
That's more her father.
She got the money. She got the money, and she claims it. So clout.
She claimed it after she became mayor. She ain't claimed it before that.
Why? Because her father's right. I forgot you can't whisper when you got on the microphone.
You can't. Allegedly.
It was a plantation.
Well, I mean, it's no way to ask that question and not come across racist, but we're just so sensitive because it's obvious that we've had 3 black mayors back to back.
I'm not finished with this. We got to take a break, though. I'm not finished with this. When we come back, we're going to talk about Mary Bubala some more because I don't think she should have lost her job. I just don't. She lost her job for something very petty. I mean, I could see if y'all talked in her ear, she had on her earpiece, you could have said, can you phrase that differently? That's what the producers are for.
Or when they come back from break.
We'll be back.
Like when they came back from break. Yeah.
Jacqueline. Yes, Mom? I wanted to talk to you about something and... Oh, wait. Hold on. I just got a text. Oh, there's another one. Wow. Busy me. So anyway...
Oh, wait, Mom. I just got a message. My friends keep commenting on my comment. Oh, there's another one. So many comments on my comment.
Oh, I can't wait to watch TV tonight. Playoffs!
Hey, guys, check out my new video game. Pew, pew.
Wait.
Mom, what?
What? Hold
What'd you say? Wait a second, what?
This weekend, unplug. Take your family to the forest. There's nothing in the world like experiencing nature firsthand. Trees, paths, bluebirds, streams. Getting closer to nature can get you closer to your family. To find the forest nearest you, go to discovertheforest.org. Brought to you by the U.S. Forest Service and the Ad Council.
Join the Just a Bit Outside crew every Monday, 8 to 10 p.m. on BeExposedRadio.com.
You want to start off?
I think I'll get it out of the way on a who's not.
Okay, do it.
The Orioles.
Right.
They got swept by the Royals. They lost 4 in a row, and the last 5 games have all been decided by 1 run.
Mm-hmm.
The game before, or the last game that they lost before the Royals was the Nationals, and it was Weeders, of course, won with a home run.
Hit the home run.
Right.
They were going into that National Series. It seemed like they were doing so well, and they just crapped out. They got that game postponed, so who knows when they're going to replay that or play that game.
Mm-hmm.
That's my first not for the night.
Okay. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and weigh in on my who's not, and I'm going to talk about the San Diego Padres.
The Padres. That's okay. You just took my answer.
They're in last place in the NL West. They've lost 8 of their last 10. Their run differential is a negative 65, which is just horrible. So when you have well, let me just talk about run differential a little bit. It's kind of like the
how much you're winning or losing your games by, pretty much.
Yeah. Okay. It's like the margin of victory, kind of.
Right.
So when you're in a negative number, that means that you're.
Then your average game you're losing
by a whole lot.
Right.
I mean, a number like negative 65, this early in the season is pretty rough.
That's
and
horrible.
The pitching numbers pretty much support this stat right here. I mean, the team ERA is 4.70, which is 26th in the league. They have 126 walks allowed. They acquired Jared Weaver in the off.
You are listening to BeExposedRadio.com.
Yeah, but he was always there. Like, it was like different times, and I just wanted to go, God, Jackson, what you coming out this hotel for?
And they got, I'm sure they probably got an account there, so they probably just use them as space. Because I don't know, WBAL just sit out here on the street all day long in the van. They don't even go to the place.
They be parked right there at the top of the hill. Hey, what you doing coming out?
Because if y'all don't know where we are, we right across the street from the courthouse, so we see everything. Know everything, see everything.
Oh, Mubala, you want to show on Be Exposed Radio?
Come on over.
Come on, Mubala.
I'm just telling them I need
diversity.
So here's what she had to say, though. She was like, last week I realized I made a mistake in the language I used on air. I immediately apologized for any hurt that I unintentionally caused. I see, this is where I start to like, did you even read your own question over again? Because I don't know why you apologize.
Well, she has to, but this is her career.
And this is the
most of our anchors
at this point.
Most of our anchors here don't go anywhere. Like randomly, they age out. Look at them ones on 13.
She said, I received immediate support from WJZ, since she's trying to give them a little cover too. I received immediate support from WJZ because they knew it was not in my heart to intentionally cause this kind of harm. If they knew that, they wouldn't have fired you. I wanted to do an on-air apology, but was not allowed. I hope that the people of Baltimore know that I would never do anything to hurt anyone. Unfortunately, I now stand in the path of the tornado, where WJZ was forced to let me go. I am saddened and shocked by this decision. Baltimore City has been my home for 25 years, and I treasure it, and am so grateful for the relationships I have made with the people of Baltimore during this time. I fully intend to fight to restore my reputation, because then you should have did it.
No, but that's like, honestly, and I feel like it's something else, and I don't want to say it may have been the guest, but I feel like that's the direction that I feel is coming from. Now, I'm gonna
task you with something. You find her. Find her.
Find her. What's her name?
I don't know. Negro Miss Patrice.
I'm gonna find her. I really am, and I only say that because it's not, in the climate that we're living in, it's not fair to just throw her under the bus and not even give her the same platform to say, this is my last day.
Exactly.
I apologize.
To do a farewell.
Right.
Like they do with everybody else, especially somebody that's been there with that long.
Right. That means it was something else going on. It had to have been something else.
Her salary probably too big. That's why Kyle left. I mean, he didn't get forced out. He just left because he wanted more money.
And that may have been it may have been negotiation season, but I don't.
They spent all the money on that new studio. She couldn't get no more money. They needed to recoup some of that money they spent on that new studio.
And all that social media presence that they got now. I'm gonna find her.
Can't give them enough money.
I know her.
Yes, get her then. Ain't that the bartender from Potato?
No, she's a professor at I want to say what's the Loyola. She canceled on me.
Oh no, she's not canceling no more. Get her.
I know her because she an author. Yeah, it sound fishy. Like somebody said behind the back. I don't appreciate that. I think that was a very racist question. Yeah, I don't.
Like she said that in the moment, and with the break.
Yeah,
with the break.
I don't like how they've just thrown her under the bus like that, and you haven't given her, because we've never seen something like this happen. And I think some of the, especially WJZ, I think a lot of them are racist.
WJZ, really?
Yeah, they like Pigtown type people. Like, Hans and whatnot.
Michael, I think that's actually besides WBAL, WJZ is one of the most diverse casts on TV.
Now it is.
No, it's always been.
No,
all the way back to
Oprah.
Oprah. I include Oprah in that, but what was his name? The black older guy.
Not Richard Sher.
No. I loved Richard Sher. What was his name? Al Sanders. He was the anchor I remember growing up.
But they got rid of him bad too.
Well, he retired.
I think he was forced to retire though.
He died.
He didn't, but he died after the fact though. But they forced him to retire. He may have been sick.
Aldo said he died. He died on air. I mean, not on air, but while working.
People get sued, slandered, all types of stuff. I can't. Yeah, I do know
His tombstone was in the green room.
But maybe that's why they forced him to retire. Because I remember that being the story behind it. They forced him to retire.
I'm sorry to the family.
But he died after.
It was a long time ago, though.
Yeah,
but that was who I grew up with besides him.
But no, until Kai Jackson came, it wasn't no other black men on that show. It was that one. No, it was. Because it's the bald-headed man.
And it was a black lady.
Yeah, the one with the little booth on. But it was her. But then Kai Jackson came, and then it was the other man that came, the bald man.
I stopped watching WJZ a while ago.
Well, that was the only one that I ever watched because that was
the news anyway.
Yeah, well, I just
let's talk about because now we got Bernard Jack Young. He got so many names. I don't know.
Bernard C. Jack Young. Bernard Jack.
C. Jack Young.
But you see how fast they put the mayor signs up?
That's why I said this wasn't a priority. They could have put a little placard up.
No, with all the other priorities in this fucking city,
including the ransomware that they got right now that shut the city down. Like how this is what happens when, what's going on with the IT services of Baltimore City? How you get this ransomware? Like, where's your Sonic wall or something like that?
Well, now I can't say the names.
I mean, but it's so widespread to the water department. Like, really?
No, but even down here.
It's down here. I know, the courthouse too.
Somebody tapped into their free Wi-Fi service. Somebody that was doing the Bitcoins and was running their Bitcoin company through the free Wi-Fi. Because a couple businesses down here that were on their free Wi-Fi was shut off.
It says Baltimore City Court Essential Services are still operational, but it has been determined that the city's network has been infected with a ransomware virus. City employees are working diligently to determine the source and the extent of the infection. At this time, we have seen no evidence that any personal data has left the system. Out of abundance of precaution, the city has shut down the majority of its servers. We will provide updates as the information becomes available. Good news to, this is me talking, there's good news to people that, got water bills that are due. They're going to waive all late fees. They suspended all late fees for water bills to city and county customers.
What about BGE? What about BGE?
BGE it's not ran by the city.
Ain't they on here?
So they're not affected. You're going to still get those late fees, and you might be in the dark too if you don't. But yeah, so late fees have been waived for all water bills for city and county customers until this is resolved. A statement from President what's his name, Brandon Scott, said the city of Baltimore's network has been affected with the ransomware. Our police, fire, EMS, and 311 are still operational. City employees are working hard to identify the source and scope of the virus. As of now, we have no proof of any personal data that has left our systems. Any measures of caution, the majority of city servers have been shut down. Updates will be provided as information is available.
But see, this is stuff that I don't want to hear about. This is stuff that I need you to take care of. We don't need to hear about this.
I do need to hear about it if my personal data had got out. But like they're saying right now, they don't have any evidence of it. But I need the warning. I do need the warning.
Yeah, after
But you don't want to know after the fact. You really don't want to know after the fact that there was a giant data breach and you are now vulnerable. I need to know. I'm glad they're doing the update now. I just don't understand how you're letting it happen in the first place.
I don't want to know about it.
it's relevant because of all the things that's happened to all the credit card companies and their data breaches, and Target being data breached, and Walmart being data breached.
Not even them.
Amazon being data breached. You know, it matters.
The credit bureau, not even the company.
The credit bureau too, but then the credit card companies lead to the credit bureaus. That's what I'm saying. That's why I said it that way, because those are the ones that give you the protection if anything happens to your credit cards.
Do you use Credit Karma?
I do.
Does your score come up?
Always.
No, but like on mine, my score don't come up.
Are you doing anything to help your credit?
Yes. It's not a score on there.
You don't have a score on there?
No.
Why not?
Well, I got the email rather, saying that there was a breach. I want to say it was TransUnion or was it Equifax? It was one of them that had a breach.
They use Equifax
and TransUnion.
And it's a TransUnion?
Yeah.
TransUnion can get shut down.
That's the one that had the breach, right?
I'm not sure.
One of them had the breach.
TransUnion, the one that always have the hospital bills on it.
One of them, well, I need the one with Sally Mae on it. I need that shit to shut down. We'll keep that bitch up regardless of what happened. But they had a credit breach, and so your score, like everything was wiped out on just that one. But I haven't been able to get mine to come back up since then.
Wow.
I'm not complaining. I really want the one from Sally Mae. That's the one I want. I want that bitch to shut. I want it to burn to the ground. I want it to burn. Let me stop because somebody put a bomb in there.
You a terrorist.
I was coming back from Philly and I saw the building. It sits back. Like you can, if you're not paying attention, you're gonna miss it. But it's like a big open space of trees, and then it's a big white building.
Boutique, but you're not doing it. That type is weird sometimes.
That's
so. Just moving on real quick because I want to be able to get all these stories in here because I printed all these 80 pages. University of Maryland is back in the news again, the medical system, because in the haste in the result of all of the people being affected by what's the book called? Mary Holly?
I thought it was Healthy Holly
books. Other people on their
Healthy
board.
Holly on the run.
Other people on their board had conflicts, so now they're resigning from the UMMS board.
Well, they had already started. A bunch of them had already started resigning. That was the problem.
So we got 3 resignations that are going to go into effect on July 1st, and that is of the board chair, Stephen Birch. He's going to resign on July 1st. Then you have Keith O'Connor, who's going to also resign on July 1st. And then you also got Dr. Scott Rifkin, who's resigning effective immediately because his resignation advances the efforts to prevent conflicts and increase transparency. Rifkin's company, Real Time Medical Systems, and UMMS have an active agreement, active meaning it's already in place, to which his company provides software for a pilot program designed to reduce hospital readmissions.
How are you going to reduce hospital readmission?
I don't know. Kill them. I don't know. I'm trying to figure it out. Like, how do you be like, okay, you be sick again, don't come back here?
I don't get that. Are they going? When you do come, are you going to stay longer?
I guess they fixed you the first time, so you can't come back.
Okay, that's not going to happen because that doesn't help them to get money. I don't get it. They just not gonna see you no more. No admittance. No admittance.
I'll take no patients. You can't come in.
Right.
I don't know. Like, what do you do? Well, I'm glad they're leaving the board. I mean,
well, they were saying that a lot of them were starting to resign once this got.
I hate learning the fact that y'all didn't already have this conflict of interest policy in place. Like, I don't understand.
It gotta already be a rule.
It's 2019, and most people have a conflict of interest policy in place. I mean, most organizations, most definitely, most nonprofits have a conflict policy in place.
You know what? I think the problem with this was. It had nothing to do with University of Maryland. It was.
But it do if you're on their board and you have a conflict of interest. This is clearly a conflict of interest.
Yeah, but you're not. But
this is even more blatantly a conflict of interest than the Holly Hopper books.
No, well, yeah, but what I see the problem is
He's a doctor.
But most of the
on the board of a medical system, or a medical system.
Right.
And
But a lot
he
of
probably
them-
practices in the hospital as well. That's not the conflict because you are on their board. The conflict is when you got another company that you own providing a service that's going to also pay you. Now you're double dipping because you're getting a salary from the hospital if you already got a practice in there.
Okay. But you're not making money.
We got a
as
minute.
board member.
We got to take a break. When we come back, I am going to move on because we
But
got
a
a
lot of
bartender
them-
that's drinking. And we got.
But I think I need the rules for being a board member to be one universal, but it can't be universal because it has to depend on what industry it's in. But at the same time, is it a so okay? We sit on the board of BXR.
All right, hold it. We'll be right back.
Okay. If I sit around, hold up. Look. If I sit around, hold up. Yeah. Rebel rap. Let's do it.
If I sit around, I'ma smoke some more. Wasn't even thinking about smoke before, but I'm in my head and I'm in the bed. Don't know who I am, like I'm wearing a mask. Working mode, tell him where the cash. If you wear the cash, tell him where the cash. If you playing for you, gon' run it back. Don't make promises, but I promise that. Don't promise me, cause I ain't into that. Fell in love with that and got hurt from that. Now it's all over and the curtains back. Can't see you not noticing that. I'm letting it go, it ain't holding me back. Yeah, I'm on dice, but ain't coming.
Hi, I'm LeVar Burton, and I'm proud to be a book person. How do I choose a book? Sometimes it's the cover, sometimes it's the title. I guess I'm pretty visual. If a book's really impressing me and the writing is really good, I will peek and see what the last paragraph is. Because the endings of books should rock you. I am a book person, and if you're a book person too, read to a child to spark a lifetime of ambition. Join me at bookpeopleunite.org because reading is fundamental. A public service announcement brought to you by Reading is Fundamental, Library of Congress, and the Ad Council.
The Artist Exchange Radio Show every Friday, 7 p.m. to 9 p.m., every Saturday, 12 p.m. to 2 p.m. Real artist, real talk, real live on BeExposedRadio.com.
I was meeting with a friend yesterday, and I've gotten to the point where don't ask me a question because the truth is going to come out. And just don't do it.
If you ain't looking for the truth, don't come to me.
Don't do it because I can't hold my tongue. And she wants to be this stylist, boutique, but you're not doing anything in that nature, and I can't take you seriously if you're not doing those things. And I understood why people didn't take me seriously because I found myself in somebody else's lane. I was good at what I was doing and what I wanted to be, but I wasn't doing it for me. So how can I ask you to take me seriously if I'm living in somebody else's shoes?
And nobody can do what you do, and I think that that's a big problem that people face now. Like, you see what somebody else is doing and you want to do that when that's not your lane.
That's not your lane.
That's not what you're supposed to be doing.
But it's popular, it's getting that person money, it's getting that person applause. Oh, I want applause. I want money. Let me stand over here behind them.
And then a lot of times people aren't honest with themselves either. Like, I was thinking earlier today, I've been woke for almost 2 days, so so you get honesty, yes. And I was thinking, like,
The Artist Exchange Radio Show.
Whatever happened to the times when we cared for one another? We shared the same respect. What is happening? We're trading what's important for shiny things. I can't allow this blasphemy. It's blasphemy. Why would you treat yourself like that? We didn't come this far just to fall right back. Don't lose yourself, stay on track. Baby, you're a god. You're a god. Baby, you're a god. Believe that. Full of the things that we've overcome. Full of unspoken battles we've won. You're so much better than that. Sometimes the truth ain't always
Like the one thing you always gotta remember is people gonna try to project their insecurities onto you. But you can't listen to what them niggas saying. You gotta get out here and do your shit regardless. You gonna do what you love for the rest of your life anyway. So why not turn that shit into something? Be a man of everything you say. This shit bigger than me, man. Like yeah, I'm good and all that, but you know what I mean? I ain't shit without y'all. What you up with, just go hard. Don't matter. Can you imagine how I really having nothing is? Stomach growling, you ain't got no food in the fridge. Surviving on a jail diet of water and bread. No father figure, that's cause my father dead. Mom's bringing different niggas in and out the crib. No money, so you seen it's less than all your friends. But it a joke.
We're rewarding you for something you already do, listening to us. It's Radio Loyalty, and it's an easy way for you to get free stuff. All you do is sign up. Go ahead and click the banner now. You'll earn points as you listen. Points you can trade in for great products and services in the Radio Loyalty store. You can earn even more points when you share your favorite station with friends on Facebook and Twitter. Radio Loyalty. It's free to sign up, so click the banner to join now.
Here's what you missed on Salacious Life Radio.
You know, when it comes to your children, especially if you're dating someone that you actually like, you do want it to work. So you're gonna hope and encourage the relationship between your child and that person because you like that person, you know, so you're gonna hope for the best. I mean, sometimes it just doesn't work and you can't make it work. You can't force it. It's like a branch. You keep bending it, eventually it'll snap, and even if you put it back together, it'll never be what it once was. But you definitely pray on it. You hope for the best, you know, because like nobody wants to spend the rest of their life alone just because that a particular relationship didn't work out, but you had this beautiful creature as a result of it, you know. But you don't want to necessarily spend and you're not all of a sudden a bad person. You're not all of a sudden not going to fulfill this other person's needs.
You, madam, are a harlot and a scoundrel.
Because I had one kid while I was still married.
You are listening to BeExposedRadio.com.
Live on my radio show. We don't eat here. What is going on? You've been here all day.
I know. I couldn't eat nothing.
So you think you're just gonna keep opening your mouth, chomping down on stuff while you're on the radio? That's not okay.
We're almost over.
In 38 minutes.
That's enough time for the cooler.
What is that?
Porridge.
Porridge?
It's oatmeal. Mason pecan raisin.
Oh my God!
The sound effects of everything tonight.
He on it. Got that finger worked out.
The one that was bloody. A Texas bartender is facing charges. He's accused of serving a drunk man who went to kill 8 people at a football watch party.
So why is he being served?
That's what I was saying. That's when I first read the story. I was like, what in the world?
People just want somebody to blame for stuff.
Lindsey Glass was arrested on April 30th and charged with allegedly violating a Texas alcoholic beverage code titled Sale to Certain Persons.
Was
the
he
code
drunk already? Was he drunk already?
The code states a person commits an offense if the person with criminal negligence sells an alcoholic beverage to an habitual drunkard. I hate that word.
So that means he's always drunk.
Or an intoxicated or insane person. So you want the bartender to be the litmus test of a person that's insane?
I mean, because
once you're intoxicated, you are insane.
And this is why you have to be
your
licensed.
Insanity may clear up when you're sober.
No, this is why you have to. It is in most states you have to be licensed to be a barber because the Serve Safe in order to become a bartender, that is one of the things that you have to be able to recognize if somebody's too drunk.
But this says insane. He's not qualified for insanity to be able to diagnose insanity.
Yeah, but I think it's
intoxication. Yes, yeah. But what if the guy wasn't intoxicated when he got there? So right. I mean, how would you pass that test? How do you give that test?
I mean, you as a bartender
without a breathalyzer.
As a bartender, it's not wise, but you can turn down somebody from drinking. I remember.
I know. I understand that you can do that, but this person had the intent to kill 8 other people. How am I supposed to pass that test?
What magic crystal ball was I supposed to
exactly to know that this man is going out to kill somebody? I'm not. How can I? The alcohol didn't make him decide to do that.
Is this picture on there?
No.
Like, cause I want to see what this nigga look like.
But this guy faces up to a fire. I mean, he don't care. It's not a lot of jail. Period is the worst experience that anybody that's never been there can go through. But he's only facing $500. I've never been there. That's why I don't want to go there. The industry is listen. Up to $500 in fine and a year in jail, or both. For not being able to diagnose that somebody's insane.
But you know what? See, and then, I'm not saying this is, but grief will make people blame. Okay,
here's more. It's more to the story. Spencer Height, 32, had been drinking at the Plano bar on September 10th, 2017, before he traveled to his estranged wife's home and opened fire as she was hosting a football watch party.
And he killed 8 people there?
His estranged wife, Meredith Height, and 7 other people were killed. Spencer Height was later killed by police responding to the shooting. Medical examiner concluded Height had a blood alcohol level 4 times the state's legal limit when he opened fire. Now, there's no telling that he did not stop off at a liquor store and buy a couple bottles to drink beforehand.
Right. But see, this goes back to the whole gun control legislation. You'll blame everybody but the gun person who sold
the one committing the crime.
No, but yeah, you blame him because of course he's crazy, he's insane. But the person who sold the gun to him. They don't ever go back to that person and say, did you before he? Because we don't hear anything about him being a gun owner.
I'm gonna get through this real quick, Aldo, then we can go to break. According to report, Blast texted a fellow bartender that Height had been at the bar one day, at the bar on the day of the shooting, and had 2 gins, and he only had 2 beers and a shot when he came back. I think he was at another bar while he was gone.
After he left.
So, again, how is this Glass's fault?
I don't think it's.
This man had 2 gins and 2 beers. Okay, that you could be intoxicated at that point. But he apparently went somewhere else to get more.
But the sad part is,
hopefully he got a good attorney that's going to be able to prove
however many families are represented.
And then he has no. And then the gunman is dead, so he now has no trail to follow because he can't speak for himself.
He killed himself?
No, the police shot him.
Oh.
He was later killed by the police responding to the shooting. All right, we got to take a break. When we come back, we can continue this discussion or move on.
I just wonder, but the sad part is the families that are represented, they're going to paint a picture of you should have known better to serve him, knowing that.
We'll be right back.
Because they say habitual. That means he's always been drunk.
Long live Pop. Y'all can go ahead and cry now. I'm going to show these niggas what to do at one of your beats, man. I am Gas, by the way. Strong woman story should have been on CNN. Nobody knows what it's like being Gwen. Windows closed in the house, it ain't no CNN. Can't gain weight for years, she been being thin. Single mother, no help from the system. When they was giving out food stamps, she missed them. Birth certificate, baby daddy, she couldn't list them. But her son was so beautiful when she kissed him. Blame it on love, but nigga she could've died with. Destroyed the whole world, I found out she was a side chick. The nigga loved his wife, and it got hard to hide it. So when Gwen confronted him, he ain't even denied it. Her fault, depends on who you asking. She tried to be a stripper, but the tip out was taxing. Buying all the purses, trying to keep up with the fashion. And her mama.
Are you thinking about getting your GED diploma? Well, here at the GED Pep Talk Center, we've got a number of pep talks that can motivate you.
Sometimes things don't always turn out the way you want them to. You know that feeling? People look at you and don't believe in you.
You want some gentle encouragement. Then you're on your way to your GED diploma and a better life.
But I know they're probably just a little bit nervous. You can find it in yourself to take that first step.
You can improve your future. You can do this. I know you can.
You need to start pushing yourself.
Now get your game face on and take the first step towards a better life. Hurry up. Don't make me repeat myself.
Whatever level of motivation you need to get your GED diploma, we've got a pep talk that's right for you. Call 1-877-38-YOUR-GED or visit...
You are listening to BeExposedRadio.com.
Him getting put in drunk tank. And there's no saying that when he got out the drunk tank that he wouldn't have killed them anyway. Killed them people.
Or came back to kill the fucking...
Right. Maybe the other 7 people would have been... He would have still got murdered. She still would have been going down.
He would have got murdered from that fucking bartender for snitching.
Welcome back. Here we go.
Oh, he got me laughing.
Here we go.
I'm not playing with him no more.
But here's what the text says. We're still talking about Glass and the fact that he killed.
So tell them the whole story now. So they know each other. It's not
the bartender. Again, the bartender is being accused. Is facing charges for serving this drunk man who then turned around and killed his wife and 7 other people at a football watch party. Mm-hmm. So, apparently Glass knew somebody that was associated with Spencer. Spencer is the one that killed his wife and 7 other people. Mm-hmm. And in the text message, it says, Glass read the text message that says, Spencer has a big knife on the bar and is spinning it and just asked for his tab and said, I have to go do some dirty work. Mm-hmm. And then he says, psycho.
But he didn't.
But he's apparently texting this to someone else, not to anybody that's involved in the story.
So Glass, the bartender, is texting a third party about Mr. Spencer.
Exactly.
And the knife and like the ramblings that he's doing.
Exactly. But there's still, even with that, he's spinning this knife and he's paying his tab, so he's coherent enough to pay his tab. And then that he told him that he had some dirty work to do. That's still not criminal intent.
That's not insanity either.
Right. Because he was lucid enough to pay his tab. Mm-hmm. Otherwise, he would have just got up and walked off like the Punisher.
But see, the unfortunate part is, a lot of cases like this, and it may be multiple families, different families that will be at this trial that are going to be mourning the death of their family member that's going to find fault in this bartender. Mm-hmm. Especially being as though he was texting out to somebody else that this man was crazy and he didn't call the
But that's authorities. Still not a clinical... He still couldn't clinically, diagnose him with that.
He may not it may not be a criminal case against them, but they're going to come back with a civil
Even
trial.
If they use these text messages to try to get him convicted. There's still not enough evidence here. All of this is still hearsay because he's still saying this to someone else. This is not criminal.
No, but I'm saying, especially in towns like that, you normally hear stories, but because the other man was dead now, they got to find somebody to blame. I'm just talking about a mourning family.
No, I get that.
He may not have any criminal charges against them, but they probably going to
I hope he don't have a public defender. He has an actual attorney that's going to actually do some work because from what I hear in here, all of this can be beat. Because
but they may get him at a civil trial, though. They may get him, and normally that's when people get caught.
But see, the thing about it is, you have to find out in the civil trial. They would still have to figure out why this man went to this measure. What was the purpose?
They don't know that, though.
Why was he estranged from his wife? There was some underlying something.
Well, apparently he was violent. Apparently,
he was taken to a place of violence,
right,
by this estranged woman. Because why do you just get up and go kill all of them? Why are you at the bar overindulging, and then it just snaps in your mind? I'm just gonna go.
No, that don't just snap in your mind because you went to that bar with the intention of getting some liquid courage
to go do something. Again, you still had to have the inkling to go do this. Now, what was that underlying? Because we don't have the whole story. Yeah. We don't know anything. We really don't know anything because they don't know anything either because they just trying to blame somebody for this man.
That's what I'm saying. That's gonna be the unfortunate part if something is brought up on him or they do convict him because it's gonna be these mourning families against this bartender who was doing his job.
Mm-hmm.
And that two shots of gin and 2 beers.
2 beers.
That sounds like normal for a
that was the other
drinker.
part of the story, because he apparently had 2 gins, 2 beers, and then he slipped off and did something else. Probably
coke.
It could have been coke. It could have been meth that'll make you go psycho.
Ooh,
it could have been
bath salts. K2.
Exactly. Yeah. He could have. He lucky that he didn't get bit. He could have been in there biting them, eating.
That's bath salts. He probably wasn't
that's why I said
eating
it.
them. But K2, that'll make you go crazy.
Mm-hmm. Snap your head rocking on a fake horsey at the park.
That's how personal.
I've seen that video.
That's how personal. Have you seen this in
I don't do
person?
K2. I'm busy.
You know people who do K2?
I want to know why.
That was a quick
I want to know
transition.
why all these diseases are coming back. So we already talked about the measles last week.
People are not getting vaccinated.
Now we got the bubonic plague that is coming back. How in the hell? Something that's been gone for centuries.
That was like the other thing. What was the other thing that happened?
The Black Plague.
No, the other one. It was
Ebola.
Ebola. I think the Ebola.
Something that's been, clean for years.
That sounds like something on Game of Thrones.
So, a Mongolian couple, of course it was in Mongolia, okay? Mongolian couple died from the bubonic plague after eating raw mermaid. Because I don't know why you're eating a mermaid.
What is that fish?
Because you live in Mongolia. That's
is that fish?
No, that's one of the rodent-looking things. Like a
let me start.
A mongoose. Eating a mermaid meat. They said they ate the kidney.
See what happens? I was about to say Nancy. See what happens, Sharon, when you expose your palate? Fucking Ebola.
No, this is the bubonic plague.
Oh my God! That sounds like your limbs are just gonna fall off, like locusts or something.
So it sparked a quarantine that trapped tourists for days.
I don't even know how to spell that.
According to the AFP, the couple died on May 1st, last week, in a remote area of the country's Bayonne, I don't know that word, province.
Province, that's it.
No, this word is Olgii. Ogli. Province. Which borders China and Russia. So, okay, good. Get Putin. A 6-day quarantine of 118 people who had came in contact with the couple. They quarantined 118 people, including local and a number of foreign tourists. They can't come home.
They probably already here.
I'm getting out of here. So it's going downhill fast around these parts. The rodents meat. It says the couple ate the rodents raw meat. Raw. Why would you even eat? That's why you got it. That's the only way you got
some oatmeal. What the fuck did you eat? Muskrat for
all this dry vegetation around. They could have ate that.
No.
A little blue cheese.
Poison ivy and shit.
8 rodents, raw meat, and a kidney. They ate a kidney.
Is that a delicacy there?
Oh no! Which is believed to be good for the health in the area.
Apparently not.
Lies, because y'all died on May 1st.
The hell you said?
It says after the quarantine, not many people, even locals, were in the streets for the fear of catching the disease.
Fuck yeah!
First of all,
I want them thrown in the sea. Fuck that.
Get rid of
hell out of here.
Get rid of them. This is the town we don't need anymore.
Right. Throw them in the sea.
Sodom and Gomorrah. Bubonic plague can be transmitted via infected fleas and animals like prairie dogs, squirrels, rats, rabbits.
Junkies dancing outside of your door.
When I saw the story, what? Bubonic plague? Seriously?
That sounds like your limbs going to dry up and just fall off.
Throughout history, plague epidemics have caused widespread death around the globe.
In the Bible.
But first of all, okay, so in this region, the bubonic plague must be in these animals. So anybody can have it, actually.
But they're not eating the shit raw.
Yeah, maybe not. Maybe they...
Right. So far.
They cook it on their bow and arrow.
Right, exactly. It dies at 200 degrees.
While modern antibiotics can now treat the disease and prevent the spread, infections in humans do still occur. It's a secret to us then, because I've never heard of anybody having a bubonic plague.
That fucking.
Now I want to go to the CDC's website and read up on the bubonic plague.
I couldn't even. I was trying to think how you spell it. How you spell it?
It does
B-O-U-B?
B-U-B-O-N-I-C.
Oh my think I saw that on like.
According to the new agency, at least one person a year in Mongolia dies from the plague.
And it's probably
But it's highly contagious. That's what I don't understand.
It's a dumbass tourist that be like listening to the locals, and
it's often, and they say it's often from eating raw meat. So why don't y'all telling people not to eat the damn animals?
And then I'm telling you, that's somebody, a tourist come over there, like they go down to New Orleans, and the lady said, "You got to eat this, and all of your troubles go away." And this dumbass go
and you got to eat it bloody, here.
Right?
Like no, that's not even a fork.
And then you dying already because you're eating bloody raw meat, so your stomach is already fucked up
because they didn't know there's no forks. It's like here.
Just with your hand. Let me see the animal.
Swollen, painful lymph nodes, usually in the groin, armpit, or the neck.
Didn't you say you had a...
No, I'm checking. Is the main symptom of the bubonic plague.
You was
fever, chills, headaches.
You was having headaches. Oh, he was having headaches.
And I was exhausted last week. I ain't had no fever though. I didn't have no chills. I didn't have no headaches. It started with an M. It's too close to Mongolia.
Minneapolis, Minnesota. Here's a Minnesota. Ooh, and that's what out there.
That's.
Long story short, Sharon, I'm not eating no more foreign shit.
Avocados aren't foreign. They just come from Mexico.
Yeah, but you don't spread it on a cheeseburger.
They just come from Mexico.
I'm not gonna have a career. Oh my God. That's why I don't, and this is why when I go to restaurants, I order the same thing from every restaurant that I go to. Like there's certain restaurants I only order this. That's why I don't experiment with my stomach. You're not gonna fuck me up through my stomach. You could kill me in my sleep, but you're not gonna fuck up my food. No, my stomach is weak, and I don't.
Wow.
Dude, I'm sorry. You fuck up your palate.
I'm sorry for your stomach.
But I've always been like, I don't explore because I'll get sick.
Baltimore has been ranked among the nation's dirtiest cities.
Now, excuse me.
But DC is even worse.
No. New York smells like a fucking garbage can.
But it's not about it's not about the outside dirt though. Get that. Watch this. Let me tell you some of these statistics. I mean, it was going down to personal hygiene, like how many times a day you take a bath, how many times a day you brush your teeth, how many times a day you wash, you know, stuff like that. So, one of the questions said, how often do you shower or bathe?
Twice a day.
Okay, so here's the statistics on that. More than once a day, 9.8% of people. Once a day, 63.6%. So majority of people do it once a day.
Is that Federal Hill adjacent? Is that where they did it at?
No, this is actually nationwide. This part is nationwide. I'll get to the city part.
No, I'm just saying, is that the part of the city that did the poll?
But listen. Every 2 to 3 days.
How many times did you watch
it's very high. It's still high. 22.1% do it every 2 to 3 days. Every 4 to 5 days, 4.4. That's too high. 4.4% of people.
I mean, now.
Every 4 to 5 days. So it's once a week.
So if I'm in the house for the weekend, like I rarely get to be in the house for the whole weekend. But if like when we had the blizzards, I'm only gonna shower maybe once a day, and then I'm gonna probably shower twice a day because I'm gonna get. Soon as I feel
it depends on what you're doing. I'm always gonna do at least once a day. At least once a day.
But that's the least 9.8%. Do it at least
more than once a day. 9.8% do it more than once a day. Everybody, 63.6% of people do it once a day. How often do you brush your teeth? Twice a day is the highest at 58.3%. Once a day is 29.1%. All right, I'm moving on because that was kind of typical, but every 2 to 3 days is 6.2%. How often do you change your bed sheets? Now this is a good one because I'm gonna need y'all to start doing this a little bit more often.
I think some of us are guilty of this.
No, I know that. I know that for sure.
That's the hardest one.
Because it depends.
Well, if you washing your ass.
That's what I'm saying. Well, I was getting ready to say that. It depends on whether you take a bath before you get in your bed. And that's the thing that I hate when people don't take a bath before they get in your bed. Because you're just spreading dirt into your
But see, the thing is, I'll sleep on my couch.
Wash your ass before you get in the bed.
Yeah, we've all come in normally I come in late a lot of nights.
I still wash my ass before I get in my bed.
I can't
do that. I cannot do that.
Night where you'd have just...
No, I have not had a night that I just do that. No, I don't. I'm still going to go in the bathroom and wash my ass before I get in my bed. I can't do that.
I'll wash my feet and I'll wipe my ass. But I still don't feel like I've taken...
You're still not clean, but...
Yeah. I'm just saying...
Your ass is
I'm
clean.
not going to lie.
The rest of your body
but
is
I
filthy
won't
as
get
hell.
in my... I don't get in my bed with my clothes on.
No, I don't do that either. And I don't like people sitting on my bed with
if I'm too tired, like I have a couch in my bedroom. I'll lay on my couch.
Here's another one. How long do you generally wear a pair of underwear? 86.6 say one day. 9% say 2 to 3 days, and 4.2 is still too high. 4.4 days for 4 days or more. 4.4%.
No, that's nasty. Because often, if it's too hot outside, I'm taking my underwear off in the middle of the day.
Now here we go. We're getting into the cities
part. That's disgusting.
A basis is based on hygiene for the cities, and the length and rated from good to bad.
Now these polls in Baltimore were taken in Federal Hill adjacent. Just so y'all know.
No, lies, okay? This is nationwide, once again. And these are cities.
Princeton is its own city.
Miami, Fort Lauderdale is number 1. I mean, I guess you have to, because you're sweating all day down there. New Orleans is number 2. Cleanest.
Fuck that.
Charlotte.
That New York Street,
Charlotte, Detroit, and New York.
I'm not saying outside.
This is talking about hygiene.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Well,
that's
the top 5 in New Orleans. So I hope you're washing your ass in New Orleans. In all the southern states, I hope you're washing your ass.
Baltimore fell in the middle at number 16 out of 25.
Well, Federal Hill adjacent kind of messed up that curve.
DC is number 23. Y'all some dirty.
No, bad
motherfuckers. Filthy.
DC, you better not ever say shit. Not a damn thing to us.
Stinking on mother.
Trump moved to DC. That fucked up their old.
And now here's the worst out of in the countrywide, the cities that are the worst at these things. Where do people shower or bathe most often? Baltimore was number 5. That was in the good.
That's good. There's a lot of cities in
that they bathe most. They bathe most often. Most often. Where do people shower or bathe the least often? Las Vegas, San Francisco, D.C., Pennsylvania, Pittsburgh, and Denver.
I've never been to Pittsburgh.
They bathe the least.
I can see Las Vegas because you drink.
We gotta take a break. When we come back, we're gonna do our final talk.
I would say Atlantic City. If you've ever been to Atlantic City, it's some funky ass people there because they're in those casinos.
We'll be right back.
This flashback from the Artist Exchange Radio Show.
That's the biggest thing, is just empowerment. Just get off of the begging line. Just be proud and just get our pride and our dignity back, because as a child we're taught how to go and beg for a job. Our parents, they literally taught us how to make sure you pull your pants up. Me, I'm 6'7", so I'm a bigger man. I was always taught how to not be threatening or intimidate people when I go into different interviews or different scenarios. And so we're literally taught how to condition ourselves, condition our speech, everything in order to go and beg these people for a job, because we know when we walk in the door, I have to tear down 10 stereotypes before I get past hello. So we need to eliminate that. You know, and we need to eliminate that, and the way that we do that is employing ourselves and employing our brothers and sisters. And so that's our mission, is group economics, uplift ourselves, because I can't empower anyone until I empower myself, and change from just being willing, because it's in my heart and my passion to see my people succeed and see us do better and change the social order, because I know that we are not supposed to be on bottom. I understand who I was. I know I didn't fall out of the sky and land on a plantation. So when you have knowledge of self and you know who you are and what you come from, it's frustrating more than anything to see us in this position.
Tune into the Artist Exchange every Friday 7 p.m. to 9 p.m. every Saturday 12 p.m. to 2 p.m. live on BigExposedRadio.com.
This is a Poverty ENT exclusive. Next stop, Texaco. Strapped up, you already know. Fuck niggas hate, that's how it goes. Bros with me, yeah, it's time to go.
You are listening to BeExposedRadio.com.
It was like you had stole a bunch of shit from somebody. Somebody, baby,
that game controller. Right. That's the only thing he could get. He ran off of that game controller.
It was something else in that.
You won't play no more Madden today. That's what he said.
Don't get me fired.
Welcome back to the show. This is the closeout. I just wanted to talk about my weekend. I had a great weekend besides the crackheads and the junkies that was in front of my house.
How could they ever get to federal adjacent?
That's
they
what
let them in.
That's what I said. The flower was dying when it was out there. I was like, why y'all killing my
dancing down.
But yeah, we had a junkie problem over the weekend. I solved it, but
come on now.
I did. I called the police. Yeah.
And all of them are gone.
The ones that were laying out on the street, they gone. I mean, I can't believe they were there actually, but
because it was warm. It was warm outside now.
Yeah, I posted a video of it and all. If y'all didn't get a chance to see it, and you had to be on my page.
I was like, is he gonna catch this whole bad performance or? When is this video going off?
It was more though, because he was still out there, but I had to get dressed because I had to go get my son. So
I think I caught it live. That's what I caught it. Mm-hmm. And it was like, how long is he going to radiotape this? He was done. Was that early in the morning?
It was like 7 o'clock.
In the morning?
In the morning.
No.
It was 7 a.m.
Who is high?
And I had just so happy
early?
because I was looking out the window because I knew it was supposed to rain, so I was looking out the window to see if it was raining. And he was like bent over and was like reaching for the controller on the ground.
I have to be to work,
but he was like swaying from side to side, and all I kept hearing as I was laying in bed, I kept hearing this. He was slapping the ground. Like, why are you slapping?
Ooh,
then when I looked out the window, he was bent over on the ground, slapping the ground.
He was trying to pick something up for a minute.
I don't know what was going on, but I had to call. I was like, look, this is out of control. So I immediately grabbed my phone because he started twerking.
Yeah.
Why are you twerking, sir?
He knew he had a show.
And then he just started dancing around the street, in the middle of the street. Didn't matter where he was.
He was actually, it looked like he was stretching.
It was real funny. All right, I do want to get back to this it's health and hygiene confessions. This actual survey that was done by
DC. You nasty. I can see Las Vegas.
DC is on this list a lot. So I gave you the statistics already on the first part. So if you didn't miss it, you miss a lot. You miss a minute, you miss a lot. Where do people brush their teeth the most often? And the other part is where do people brush their teeth the least? So the most often was Miami, Nashville, Philadelphia, Cleveland, and Houston.
That's where the old people live at.
And the people that brush their teeth the least: New York, Washington D.C., Dallas, Indianapolis, and Los Angeles. Los Angeles, though, all that money.
But they real natural out there. They do a lot of natural stuff. Like
yogi,
the sticks, the chew sticks and stuff like that.
Tobacco and stuff.
No, it's like a chew stick. It's like a.
I don't want chew sticks.
Like the rocks.
But DC is number 2 with the highest not brushing your teeth rate.
DC, what's going on?
Too close to me. Thinking ass breath. Where do people wash their sheets the most? And where do people wash their sheets the least? In the most column, New York, Houston, Miami, Phoenix, and Charlotte.
The most?
The most.
That's because they cleaning them outside of their homes. A lot of their buildings don't have.
And the least, again, Los Angeles, San Francisco, Indianapolis, Denver, and Philadelphia. Y'all wash your sheets the least. I'm never staying there. Again.
I told you Philadelphia is dirty.
I've never
now that is a dirty city.
In Philadelphia, but I've never stayed.
No, I'm telling you, Philadelphia is a dirty city. And it's in the neighborhood.
So somebody just told me when I was in, it was so interesting about these hotels because now I've re-questioned all my senses on where I stay at in hotels and where I consider.
They said you gotta get a black light.
Right, exactly. The Best Western had a convention just recently where they are instructed on how the points of interest when they're cleaning the rooms. They're not changing the sheets. They don't change the comforters. They only clean the tops of the toilets. They don't dust, and they like surface. Wash out the surface of the tub.
Yeah,
that's it. They only clean the top of the toilet.
Now my friend Kyle hates traveling with me because once we get there, I'm putting my bags like on top of something, like the table.
I've never stayed at the Best Western, but this is the Best Western convention, and I will never stay at the Best Western.
But that's a lot of hotels, though.
And I know.
Surprised.
That's why I said my top hotels that I'll stay in there are like the Hilton or Hyatt.
I like Westin.
Or Ritz-Carlton, because I love a Ritz-Carlton. Or a W. Oh, I love a W.
I like a Westin.
The W's are the best. And I like an Embassy Suites too because I like the feel of being in an apartment. Yeah. and I'll clean those myself because I'll go anywhere without my Clorox wipes.
But no matter where I go, I'll find the nearest like store. Like if I'm in New York, I'm gonna stop at the Lord Dwayne's and I'm gonna get some cleaning supplies and then we go. A lot of people.
But the bedspread is the thing that I have the most problem with because now we start playing my own blankets and shit because I will do that. But then I won't be able to go anywhere because I ain't gonna have no clothes in my bed.
When you get there, you request new sheets. And most of them don't like it, and they'll be like, "No, those sheets were just changed. I want new sheets." And then you put those sheets on top of the sheets that are already there.
But I want you to hear this last one because then we gotta go. Sharon's always sending me messages like she on her way to the gym.
Sharon is asleep.
Well, all right. This last one is: where do people change their underwear the most often, and where do they not change them? Where do they change them the least? All right, they change them the most in New Orleans, Nashville, Charlotte, Boston, and Atlanta. The most. They change them often. I mean, that's perfect.
Yeah. I can see in the heat.
Where do they change them the least? Just guess who's number fucking one.
In Baltimore?
No.
Las Vegas?
No.
DC?
Yes! Y'all nasty! Y'all nasty! Y'all nasty! Y'all nasty! I'm out of here! Y'all filthy ass motherfucking animals! Y'all gross! Give me my shit, I'm done.
Whoa. The moment my son saw a redwood tree.
It's huge!
Is the moment I knew that for him,
You can't even see the top of that thing!
even the sky has no limit.
There are some moments only the forest can inspire. Find yours at discovertheforest.org. Learn about forests near you and discover cool things to do when you go.